Hello. Today we have 3 seated postures, forward bends, and hip openers. First one is Maricyasana. The second one is Pavrita Janu Shirshasana. And the third one is Kurmasana. So we're going to go through a little series of warm-ups first. And so we're going to begin by coming onto all fours. And some of these warm-ups are just review, and you can take the time when you practice these yourselves to spend as much time in them as you like. We're going to go through the series of cat-cows. So we inhale into the cow pose, opening the chest and the shoulders. Good. And exhale into cat. So really feeling that relationship between the shoulders and the hips, because these are hip and shoulder postures to get these forward bends and twistings that we're going to be doing. So just a couple more cat-cows. Riding on the inhale and the exhale. Opening the shoulders, letting that sacrum drop, breastbone towards the chin. Good, and then she does one more of the cat. Coming into cow pose, she's going to reach out with her right and her left fingertips to come into long arm cat stretch. So the right arm reaches out, left arm reaches out, and the chest melts to the ground. Fingertips can feel like they're just creepy crawling out. Beautiful. Check in with your feet to make sure they're as wide and in line with the knees. The belly hollows up slightly so that we don't sag and into the lower back, and so that supports as the belly rises up, the chest can melt down. Beautiful. Deep inhale and exhale. Just watch the breath. And then on the next inhale to come up, again to open the shoulders, we're going to do thread the needle. So the left hand can come more into the center of the mat. The right hand's going to reach out to the side. And then you're going to turn that palm under and slide it underneath the left shoulder, keeping the torso nice and long, trying not to take the shoulder back by the knees, and then reach out with that left hand if the head can come to the ground to rest. And again, being mindful of the belly. The belly's drawing up, navel is moving up into that back spine, tops of the feet onto the ground, and that right foot may like to navigate over towards the left, so bring that right foot back in line with the knee and the hip. Good. Then to progress into the shoulder opening, take your left hand, bring it down beside the left hip, the left arm, down beside the left hip, and then see if you can reach around any amount to grab the right hip, and then open up into the chest a little bit more. So a little bit of a twist and shoulder opener. Stay anchored into the tops of the feet. Let the belly rise to give more support to the chest. Breathe deep. Let the spine wind. Good. And then inhale to come out. And we'll try this on the other side. Back into all fours. Right hand's going to come into the center of the body. Good. Left hand's going to draw out to the side, and then we're going to thread palm facing up underneath that right shoulder and letting the right hand reach out in front, elongating the chest, the spine. Check in with the feet to keep them grounded into the earth, and that left foot navigates back over to the left. It kind of wants to move its way over to the right just to create that balance. But try to practice with the symmetry and the alignment of feet, knees, and hips. Good. Belly's up towards the ceiling. chest is opening, and then we'll take and bring the right arm down around the right hip, and then swing it around, internally rotating that arm to bring it across the body and over to grab the left hip. Elbow comes in close to the side so that the head of the arm bone can open up. Good. And then as you breathe and allow the chest to open, you play with your awareness of the body, the feet, the navel, the chest, pressing into the shoulder, the upper arm, down into the back of the hand. Good. And then inhale to unwind, to come out. She's going to come onto her belly to demonstrate a couple of nice shoulder openers. Be playful here once again. So we're going to start out on the right arm. It's going to come into the cactus shape. So that means that the palm is in line with the elbow, and the elbow is in line with the shoulder. The left hand is being used to press into the ground. You pick up your left leg and just kind of swing it behind you and just open up the stretch into that shoulder. And again, you're making it playful according to your shoulder's ability. And then inhale to come back. And you could do this a couple of times with that hand in that position. And then, good. And make sure you're doing these on the breath, the inhale and the exhale. And then you're going to straighten the elbow, palms down onto the ground. And then you're going to do that same move again. So the left leg comes back behind, you open up. This really feels better than it looks, so I encourage you to at least give it a try. And again, making it playful. It opens up right into the front of that, where the arm comes into the socket. Helps you to engage the shoulder blades on the back and lets the spine generate that twist and back bend. Good. And then she's going to do it with the palm up and the leg swinging across. Good. Breathing, opening up the front body, engaging the shoulder blades. It's really good for that mobility in the arms. Feeling the engagement and the strength of the shoulder blades that get engaged on the back. And the muscles that are underneath the armpits and the shoulder blades, so those serratus muscles. Beautiful. And then into a reverse cactus shape. Good. And as you can see, the elbow's in line with her shoulder, the hands in line with the elbow. The breath is your inhale and exhale. The exploration is your experience. Beautiful. And then we come back to neutral. And you could do this as many times as you'd like on this side and through those shapes of the arm. Good. So she's going to go through the other side. So this side is able to show you how the hand is on the ground and it helps to push and opens up into the chest on this right side once again. Good. While the left arm is in a cactus shape with the palm up by the ear and the elbow out to the side. And then a straight arm, palm down. And then letting the head move back just a little bit to help open up the chest, keeping it down on the ground if you can. Good. And those are big neck muscles that are involved with the shoulders as well. Good. And then palm up. Excellent. Keep reaching. So a lot of times we'll feel like our shoulders can't move, our hips can't move, and being able to just get down on the ground and play with these. Try to get our mindset away from I can't, but just get into active play. Do as much as you can, and the more that you kind of just get down on the ground and roll around, you might be amazed at how it starts to open up after, just your morning practice. Good. You see her face is actually smiling. The eyes are soft. Her face looks content. She doesn't have a snarl or a grimace. Then we know we're not jarring our nervous system and we're making everything nice and pleasant in the body. Excellent. And then come back up onto all fours, and we're going to come to sitting. We're going to briefly go over some warm-ups that we did for previous sitting postures. And that is where we go through this series, this flow series from Dandasana to boat pose Navasana, good, to Baddha Konasana, and then Uttanavista Konasana with the wide legs. Good. And I'll talk you through this sequence. So we're going to start out in Dandasana. And then you're going to inhale, bring the knees in towards your chest. Drop the knees out into Baddha Konasana. Excellent. Inhale, bring the knees together. And exhale into Navasana, boat pose. And then inhale, draw the knees in towards your chest. Drop your knees out into Baddha Konasana. Good. Inhale, bring the knees together. Exhale, Uttanavista Konasana, wide legs. So the pelvis is kind of rocking. You inhale, bring the knees in towards your chest. Good. Exhale, straightening them out into Dandasana. Inhale, bring the knees in towards your chest. Exhale into Baddha Konasana. Inhale, bring the knees together. Exhale into Navasana, boat pose. Good. Inhale, knees into the chest. Exhale into Baddha Konasana. Inhale, bring the knees together. And exhale into Uttanavista Konasana, wide legs. So there's a little bit of flow. The legs are going in various internal and external rotations. Good. One more time through. Inhale into the chest. Exhale, Baddha Konasana. So Baddha Konasana flows in between each sequence. Inhale to bring the knees in. Exhale, Navasana, boat pose. Good. Inhale in towards your chest. Exhale, Baddha Konasana. Inhale, bring the knees in towards your chest. Exhale, Uttanavista Konasana. Good. Inhale to come up, and as you see, she's rocking the pelvis. Exhale, Dandasana, staff or stick pose. Good. As you see, she was rocking the pelvis while the thigh bones were internally and externally in rotation. So now we're going to move into cradling the baby. So she's grabbed her right foot, placed it into her left elbow crease, and then the right arm comes around to snuggle the right knee into the elbow crease. And then you can rock. This one's really good to rock around on the hip, especially that right hip. Good. One of my teachers said it was like, you could feel it like the bubble wrap kind of popping it in the buttocks. So kind of play around with that. Feel the buttocks, feel the tender spots. Good. And then you can play with raising that left elbow up And make sure that your inner heel and big toes side of your foot is pressing in so the ankle stays level. And just these little different body parts of keeping them in alignment can be difficult. So you do the best you can. A lot of times we can't get the foot into our elbow, so you get it to where you can. Good. And then inhale, and we'll release that leg down and go over to the other side. So as you're working this side, I'm going to talk a little bit about the shoulders. So as you're squeezing that foot in, and it's called cradling the baby, and you're rocking into that left buttocks now, and the shoulder blades are like hugging in towards the back. This also helps to engage the navel. And then you check in with the foot, so the elbows being out to the side can help bring the shoulder blades onto the back, opening up into the breastbone, keeping the head level and neutral like a bobble on the shoulders. And then you can raise the right elbow up, and that just intensifies the stretch, so it's no big deal if you don't get there, but you play with it and you just rock. See if you can soothe yourself as you would rock this baby. Excellent. And then release. So now we're going to move into Maricyasana 1, which Marici was the name of the sage in Indian mythology. And it's kind of a complex pose of twist and forward bends. So she's going to bend her right knee in towards the chest. She's going to bring her foot out to about her outer hip, or lined up with her outer hip bone. So the foot, the knee, and her hip are lined up into one place. And then she's going to take her right arm, reaching it up overhead, and then she's going to reach to grab her left toe of the extended leg. Now that knee and the shoulder are going to brace against one another as she takes her left arm behind her back. And this is a good place where you can also take a block behind your back to elevate. So you start to have conversation with your breath, the awareness between your right foot pressing into the earth like you were standing on the ground. So give that a lot of energy. That right foot is standing. The right knee is drawing in, so you can feel that pressurizing of the hip. Everything's gathering there. Beautiful. Her head's in line, the back of her head's in line with her shoulders. And as her knee and shoulder are pressing, then the left shoulder opens up and the twist. Excellent. Now she's going to come around into a forward bend, so the right arm's going to internally rotate, wrap around the knee. She's going to keep her left arm behind her back, and she's going to see if she can grab fingers behind her back, and then she'll bring her left shoulder around forward and work into her forward bend. The knee continues to hug in towards the body on that right knee. We're in the pose, so all we can do here is just go to the breath. Wait for the breath, the inhale and the exhale, and let it continue to let the body unfold into this posture. The spine elongates, the pubic bone moves down between the thighs, the breastbone elongates away from the pubic bone. The head's in line with the shoulders, as you can beautifully see in this posture. Crown of the head is reaching towards her foot, melting the breastbone, backbone towards the breastbone towards the thigh. A lot of times we just have to sit and wait, gaining some patience with ourselves to let the posture shape. Inhale to come up. Good. Stretch that leg out long, and we'll go over to the other side. So we're going to switch directions. so you can see this side. We're going to use the strap. If you have a strap close by, grab it. She's going to bend her left knee in towards her chest. Pause for just a few moments to get that foot in the alignment. So that the foot, the object of having the foot, knee, and hip in its alignment helps to get the hip to open up, the thigh bone in the hip socket to be open. If you were to put your foot to the inside of your right leg in this posture, it would make that knee splail out to the side. Therefore, it pushes the thigh bone into the hip crease. So we want to keep that alignment and let the thigh bone move out from the hip crease or from that hip socket. So we're not necessarily creating that bone-on-bone action in the hip. We're actually keeping it neutral, supple, and lubricated. So she's going to inhale her left arm up. She's going to reach to the inside of that left knee, reach and grab the right toe. The elbow or the shoulder and the knee are going to reach and press to one another. Beautiful. And you can see the lines of her back. It opens up across the shoulder blades. And then she's going to reach with her right arm behind her back. Good. She's placed